This is Nursultan Nazarbayev, the president of Kazakhstan. He's good at winning elections.
За Назарбаева Нурсултана Абишевича 97,7%.
He has friends in high places. And he's turned the capital, Astana, from grassland into a mixture of gleaming steel, glass and concrete towers befitting of a 21st century city. People place their palm into a handprint of Nazarbayev, stamped upon a plinth decorated with gold and silver. It's at the very top of the Bayturek, a gold-orbed tower overlooking the capital. But all is not quite as it seems. The Kazakh president has ruled the oil-rich Central Asian country for a quarter of a century since its independence after the breakup of the Soviet Union. For years, high oil prices buoyed the economy and masked problems linked to corruption, mismanagement of oil revenues, and the lack of diversification in the job market. Money poured in when oil traded over $100 a barrel. But the country now faces a financial crisis, with political ramifications after oil prices dropped in 2014 and 15. The central bank spent almost $40 billion unsuccessfully trying to halt the plunging value of its currency. The country is situated between two powerful neighbours, China and Russia. Financial stability is important to maintain political stability, and Kazakhstan has a delicate relationship with Russia and its president Vladimir Putin. The authorities look with anxiety at the unrest in Ukraine and are keenly watching Uzbekistan, where the president for the last 27 years died in September. And many Kazakhs are wary of the economic might of China. Earlier this year, popular anger with the declining currency and falling living standards led to rare street protests. Kazakhstan wants to draw closer to Europe without upsetting Russia. Its government has adopted a so-called path to Europe, but it's also joined a Russian-led economic bloc, the Eurasian Economic Union. 2 years ago, Nazarbayev said of the Union that his country would withdraw from the bloc if Russia began dictating terms, and that Kazakhstan won't be part of organisations that pose a threat to our independence. Putin's response? Having previously praised Nazarbayev, he dismissed Kazakhstan's historical identity, saying Nazarbayev has created a state on a territory where there has never been a state. The Kazakhs never had a state of their own, and he created it. Perhaps the biggest challenge facing Kazakhstan is to diversify its economy away from oil. A sovereign wealth fund was set up in 2000. It was intended to save oil revenues for future generations and was inspired by Norway's sovereign wealth fund, according to Nazarbayev. But the government continually dips into the national fund for spending purposes rather than investment. It's already spent more than $80 billion, leaving the national fund with around $60 billion. A big problem for the government and future generations is whether the fund can grow by generating more income from its investments before the government's spending wipes it out completely.